Good morning, everybody. Let me turn a little light on here. Hope you're all doing well. This will be a talking hands type of video. This is a gold dollar I just modified. I can already tell you that the autofocus is going to mess with me. I do not like it at all. Before we get started, I want to shape the edge section on this diamond plate. It is a extra coarse DMT, very well broken in. The reason I'm doing it is if you lay this on here, you can see that when they ground this, they try to do us a favor by setting the bevel a little bit, and they just muffed it all up. I'm going to put a smile to match the spine. If you check up here at the toe, you see how they honed up here? This is the toe, and this is the heel. You see how they honed up there? I'm going to level this out a bit more. Pretty hard steel. It's a gold dollar. There we go. That's getting there. The reason I'm doing this, if I just left it and tried to set the bevel, the apex would come in unevenly. It's very flat now, as you can see, I think. Yes. Light shines heel to toe. A little weak at the toe. Don't want anybody to say this razor was shave ready. Shouldn't have that problem now, huh? Alright. This is an Atoma 140 and a Chaucera. The green stone is a Chaucera 1000 grit. We'll leave that on there to help it cut. I use half strokes a lot on this type of blade. I'm adding torque through the tang here. See how the edge is looking? Not terrible. Long way to go. Let your stone dry out. It's very important you keep your wrist straight. This wrist. you're doing rough honing like this, shaping actually. As you can see, it's a very uneven grind work. The middle isn't even hardly hitting the hone. Barely. I'll have to work here more at the tip, as it does not track. Well, always take a good look at what you're doing, where the swarf is coming off. I'm adding pressure in the middle, the heel, the middle again. I'm trying not to get hung up in one place and over hone, cause more issues. Take a look at it in the light. I'll still have to adjust my heel a little bit. It's a long way. As you saw, I completely killed the edge. And so I will have to bring it back. I know this is probably boring. Watching me. We were very close. This is the wet thumbnail test. It's missing on the heel steel, but it's coming in everywhere else. Alright, I'm going to join the edge on this side of my stone to remove any false positives and remove any burrs or false edges before I take my glass and look at it. I don't think it's quite there, but I need to take a look at it anyway. I'm going to use this 100 power pocket microscope. Has a light on it. Okay, the heel is still lacking, as I thought it would be. All right. Don't ever get hung up and just hone one area whenever everything is going symmetrical. It's one thing if you have an issue, maybe add some honing pressure or torque in an area. We're almost set at the heel. Tempted to use this diamond plate, but let me just adjust the stabilizer. And by that, I'm rounding the stabilizer. Just a little bit. I'm starting to get close to the hone and hit it. I don't need that. That's just a problem. Close. It's a good clean bite. One last check. And one last joining. A good, clean bite. Watch the water come up over the bevel. Heel to toe. That tells you you've got a good mate of the steel to the stone. And I backed way off on any pressure there. Basically zero pressure. Alright. Give it a few more light laps. Pardon my hiccups. I'm done. For a wonky, cheap razor, I'm not going to get too excited and try to put a perfect, absolutely perfect bevel set on such a razor. I buy these by the dozen. And usually give them away just as fast as I hone them. So, there's that. It's always good to double check your thumbnail with a magnification. Put that up. Bring that, there we go. Bring that heel into line. Set the razor down. This is a Shapton Kuramaku or Shapton Professional stone. Take out those 1,000 grit scratches. By advancing the heel like this on a blade that does not have any issues, you can catch the heel if there's anything lagging and bring it into line without having to put any torque on the razor. I'm not done with that 5K. I'm just wanting to check, make sure my stroke is hitting well. Looks good. This honing position is awkward. I thought I would try it. The swarf is something you do not want to leave on your stone, as it can cause damage to your razor's edge as you are. This is a exaggerated X stroke, by the way. Start at the heel, basically go almost off the stone. Heel leading X stroke, straight on heel leading stroke. If you roll your stroke a little, you can pick up the heel and the toe. Just clean your blades before you do anything. I'm going to strop it on felt. You won't be able to see. Should be able to hear it. Take a look at it. My light. Just trying to pick up any issues. Now this is a Norton 8000 grit. It's a very good stone. I do not lap at every use. I'm not using any real pressure here. I'm just letting the 8K polish. If you want your 8K, especially your Nortons or your Shaptons, to continue to cut a little bit, keep the swarf knocked down. That's a handy thing to do. You could use a medium soft sponge or rub your thumb pad over it. These Norton 8000 grits are very handy stones. You can shave off them, and the trick is to let them run a little bit damp, not wet, and let them load up. It makes them cut shallower. Basically, don't clean that swarf off and let it dry, and then lighten your touch and keep doing lamps, and you'll eke out a finer edge on these stones. It's an old trick. The Japanese have used it for, well, they used it on their natural stones, so that should tell you how old it is. Full X stroke right off the stone. Alright. Clean your swarf off. I'll probably dress it with a Negura synthetic. Always clean your blade really well. Not the most beautiful, but it's almost mirror finish. Alright, I'm going to go back to linen, or flax, not flax. I'm going to go back to pressed felt and dry the stone, and then to leather. Dry the blade rather, not the stone. Alright, now my finisher, let me get these stones out of the way. Always clean your stones, especially these Shaptons. I use a towel and I wipe it until it's just damp before I put it back in the box. You do what you want. Your stones. Alright. I'm going to finish. That's a very nice finish. As you can see, this is a, see if I can figure this out. This is a true hard black Arkansas, and I've dressed the surface with various loose abrasives until it is mirror polished, though it does not reflect light from flat on. I'm going to do something I don't think very many people have done, but I've been doing for a little while. I don't talk about it. I'm going to finish dry on this arc. I'm going to bring a better finish polish. I'm not using any real pressure, and you cannot afford to get anything on this stone. Don't use any pressure. You're just burnishing your edge. The cut rate is so slow at this step, any damage you do will not come out. I hope you understand what I'm saying. You got to be perfect. I use half strokes for a reason. It keeps me from lifting the spine up very often. Now this is not my stone. I dressed it for a guy. He may see this video. He may not. I'll be sending your stone out soon. Spine down first, light. And whenever you do this, take a Scotch-Brite pad after every couple times you use this arc, and running water over the stone and just rub it briskly with the Scotch-Brite pad, and you'll clean all the swarf and stuff out of the stone. If you lay on hard stones, if you lay your spine down and start sliding backward, you'll do less damage. Just a little trick. You have less of a chance of catching the edge. Does that make sense? I've done this for a while, but so you lay it down and you start sliding backwards, just like that. All right. And just like that, we have a satin mirror finish on that. I don't know if you can see that. I can see it in the camera. I'm reflecting the camera back at itself. Well, the shave will be the story. Go back to flax, or felt. And then leather. English bridle. I know that was a rough and ready type honing, But that sucker is sharp. Y'all have a great day. Great shaves. Bye.